Hi everybody, so I'm just going to share a little bit about myself and what I'm doing here, and we can start stretching together. So before I start talking, let's start stretching. What you're going to need is a yoga mat, Pilates mat, and either a Pilates circle, magic circle if you have one. If you don't have one of those, you can just grab a robe sash or maybe a big long gym band, one of the longer ones. You can use one of those. So we're going to start sitting up nice and tall. Legs are about mat distance apart. If you're using the robe sash or band, you're going to wrap it around your foot. Bring your left foot into your right knee. Place the pad of the circle on the ball of the foot. And we're just going to start by sitting up nice and tall, engaging our core. And then we're just going to walk our hands forward, dropping our head weight, flexing our foot. So I'm Sandy. I'm 45 years old. I am a certified Pilates mat instructor. Sit up nice and tall, underhand grip with the right hand. Bring that left arm out, follow your gaze. Open up your neck, look towards that hand, and then you're gonna come up and overstretch through that torso. Wrap your hand around the outside of the circle and then slide it up, flexing your foot. You should get a really nice stretch down the back of the calf. I also have my CrossFit L1. I've taught in various gyms. And hold there until you get a nice enough stretch and you're ready to switch. So come on up, left foot out, right foot into the knee, pad of the circle on the ball of the foot, and sit up nice and tall. Engage your midline, open up your shoulders, squeeze your serratus. Nice deep breath, and then walk your hands forward around the outside of the circle, flexing the foot, dropping the head weight, and holding. And I've just found that I have gotten out of my self-care routine. I teach small classes here, underhand grip with the left hand. Bring your right arm out, again, sit up nice and tall, and come on up and over, wrapping your hand around the circle, flexing the foot, dropping the head weight. And I just thought that this would be a great space to kind of share and talk about all things self-care, growth related. So I teach classes here a couple days a week, small groups of women. So wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and you're gonna reach your right hand and your left leg. This is called a bird dog. I'm just gonna turn to the side so you can see me. It's more about going slow and controlling the movement, making sure everything's engaged, looking down at the mat, than it is about going fast. So nice and slow, keep doing that. So I teach classes here a couple days a week, small groups of women that are usually friends, or I put them together, which is great because I get to exercise with them too. And keep going with the bird dogs. And you're reaching slow and controlled. Looking down at the mat. But I found that my own self-care practice has really started slipping away. And come back to center. You're gonna do some cat-cows. So same position. You just stay where you are. I'm moving so you can see. So you're rounding your back up like a cat and then coming back through, lifting the chin and tailbone for cow. So I just thought it would be a nice way to share what I do here, stretching and all of that kind of thing, and also talk with everybody. All right, we're gonna come down to the mat. We're gonna just start with a basic Pilates move. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching too. This is basically what I do with my classes every morning. So knees are bent, feet are flat, arms are long by your side. Turn here so you can see me. So this is kind of the warm up to the 100. I want everybody to open up your shoulders, pin your shoulders back to that mat, engage your core and squeeze your pelvic floors. You're gonna curl your head, neck, and chest up. You're looking towards your navel, reaching the arms long, and you're just holding. Make sure that head position feels good. You're open here, reaching those arms long, squeezing the core, squeezing your pelvic floors. If this feels good, then you bring your legs into that tabletop. tabletop should be parallel to the floor, not up here. This is a little bit easier. So keep those shoulders open, watch your head position. And then if you want, you can bring those feet straight up to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart. Again, I always have to adjust my chest, reach those arms long. You're breathing the whole time. Watch that head position. Then lastly, you can bring those legs out to that 45-degree angle. Keep reaching, keep breathing. I'm warm, I got a heat lamp on though. And hug your knees into the chest and come on down. Let's turn our head to the left and turn our head to the right. I actually just got over the flu or RSV or COVID, I don't know which one. Take your hands and make this diamond shape. Today's the first day that I felt like exercising, so I'm listening to my body and really just kind of moving a little bit. We're gonna bring our feet straight up to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart. You're gonna open up those shoulders again, pin them to the back of the mat, frog your knees in, and then push out with the feet. Inhale in, exhale, push, connect with the glutes, connect with the core. Your low back should feel strong here. You decide what angle. So it's challenging, but maintainable. Always watch that low back. Does it feel strong? Give me 2 more here. Good, and then bring the feet back straight to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart with control. You're gonna open your legs out to that V, get a little bit of a stretch, point, come back together and cross. 1, 2, 3, flex your feet, open, stretch, and cross. 2, 3, 4 more of these. And the work comes in with the control, with pointing the feet. Those toes should go exactly where you want them to go. And rest. All right. Next, we're gonna do some roll-ups. These are one of my favorite exercises. Now you can use the magic circle for this. If you don't have one, that's okay. I'll do it without. Your hands are gonna come straight up to the ceiling, maybe on the side of the circle. Take a nice big inhale in, and on the exhale, you're gonna curl up. Feet are flexed. You can't see that. And then I'm gonna reach those arms forward, get that nice stretch to the back of the glutes, and then sit up nice and tall. Point your toes, engage your quads, and roll back down. So inhale here. Exhale, feet are flexed. You come up, reach forward, sit up nice and tall, point your toes, and go back. All right, give me 6 more of those at your own pace. I'm just gonna scooch back so my mat's under me. So you're doing 4 more of those. Really just listen to your body. This should be a move where you feel good, you feel strong, hopefully. So I just thought I would share with you guys little bits and pieces of things that I've learned on my self-discovery journey, healing journey. I don't know what you want to call it. I get a little, I'm not big into the I don't know what to call it. But my experience has been that a lot of people who have gone through traumas and things like that do a lot of work with their inner child and things like that. And I've always been very hesitant, very judgy, if you will, about that. 1 more of these, we'll finish up. And I'm starting to open up to being more kind to myself, more loving to myself, coming to things from a loving attitude. We're gonna come back up onto our hands and knees. We're gonna do a couple shoulder taps and toe taps, and then we'll stretch. So with the shoulder taps, your wrists are under the shoulder, your knees are under the hips. Make sure you have a good foundation. You're gonna come on up into your plank position, so toes are tucked under. Now you can just hold here in a plank if you want. If you have the mobility and are able to do the shoulder taps, great. If not, just hold in that plank. So it's slow and controlled. As you can see, my hips aren't coming up into the air much. Yes, they're moving a little bit, but your job here is to keep that core nice and still. And then we're gonna do some groiners. Bring your right foot of those each, come back into plank, and then 10 toe taps. Small movement, toe just comes to the outside. And rest. Let's come up for pigeon. So, knee comes up, slide that long leg back. So make yourself long here. I like to get a nice stretch through the hip. And then I'll come down low. So I guess what I want to say today is to listen to your body. You can come all the way down to the ground if you can. I don't know if you know about cyclical living. Kate Northrup wrote a great book about it if you're interested, but it's all about planning your life within your cycle, especially if you're a woman who's, even if you've gone through menopause, we still fluctuate. But it's more about just listening to your body and honoring how you feel, based on where you are in your cycle. So if I've just gotten over my period, that next week or two is going to be a great time for strength training. If you want to go do like I forget what they're called, where you run through the obstacle courses. If you wanted to plan your life with your cycle, those would be good times to do that. If your period's coming or you have your period, those are going to be times when it's going to be, this is all up to you too. Maybe better to do some stretching, some yoga, some restorative yoga, whatever your thing is, and we all got to search until we find our thing. And do one more stretch with you. This is with the circles. People really love this stretch. So again, if you have just a robe sash, you can grab that. Wrap it around your foot. You're going to lay down flat on the mat. We're going to bring our right foot straight up to the ceiling. Placing the ball of foot on the pad of the circle. And we're going to push up on the toe. And then flex. So you're going to alternate through that a few times. So my plan is to just tape myself maybe once or twice a week while I'm doing my stretching warm-up. Or sometimes I'll just do a little Tabata workout too after, and I'll post that and do that with you guys. You're welcome to join in. Take your circle in your left hand, place your right hand on the floor. You're flexing your foot, and your leg is just going to start to come across the midline. A lot of people, you'll see, you don't have to come that far. It's a very small movement. You'll feel it down the back of the leg, like right here. So it's very intense stretch for me, holding. And then you come back to center, both hands on the circle, push up on that toe, and hold, and then flex, and point. Take the circle in the right hand, left hand on the floor, leg comes out to the side. So I guess I just want to share enough with you guys so that you have, you can form a bond with me, decide whether I'm somebody you want to listen to on a regular basis. My life is a little bit crazy. Come on out to the side, hold, come back at the center, both hands on the circle, pointing up on the toe, and hold. And then flex, that stretch on the back of the left leg. Let the knee come out to the side, pull the circle into the midline. I also haven't had a drink in 12 years, so, I've struggled with things like that. I've struggled with my weight. I've struggled with mental health, anxiety, and depression since I was about 13. And the journey that I've been on the past 12 years at least has been one of real self-discovery, figuring out what works for me and what doesn't, learning so much. And so maybe I'll be able to share some of that stuff with you that I've learned. Take that circle out. Maybe you won't have to learn the hard way like I did. Circle straight up to the ceiling, pointing and flexing. Down the back of that leg. Whoo. And point and flex. Wow, that's intense. Take the circle in the right hand, left hand on the floor, bring the leg across. Woo. This one always gets me. Doesn't matter if I worked out the day before or not, it's always intense. And come back to center. Let's point one more time. And then flex. Circle in the left hand. Other hand down on the right leg comes out to the side. Whew. And just hold there, balancing. So your right side is trying to maintain contact with the mat. And then bring that left back up to the ceiling. We're gonna point one last time. And flex. Take that circle knee out to the side, pull the circle down to the midline, open up the shoulders, take a deep breath in through the nose. And this is a great thing to do if you're gonna do a workout after work or just this. I'm just doing this today. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in a couple days.